You guys ready for it? 2025, Handyman. Highest paying job in the country. A lot of people ask, how do you know how to do so many things? Where did you learn it? Did you go to school for it? Well, the answer is very long. Yes, I went to school for it. I worked for it. I started young. I learned from my dad. Our garage looked similar to this. There was always a project every weekend being built in the garage. But most of what I know, I learned from working for other people. As a carpenter, as an electrician, as a plumber, as a remodeler. Working for other people, I think, is the best way. And that source is going away fast. It's drying up. The supply of skilled craftsmen and businessmen that are in this trade industry is going away very fast. It's disappearing at an alarming rate. And Mike Rowe, you all know who Mike Rowe is pleading with Congress for money for trade schools, for apprenticeship programs. There's not going to be anybody around, except hopefully for me and you, to do all the work. Home repairs, home maintenance. That is not something that you can train a robot to do. A computer cannot do that. A computer's not going to unclog your toilet, change the inside of the flushing mechanism. It cannot be replaced. It can't be outsourced to India. If you can find someone that, God, it's so rare right now. Like, I can think of one person, the guy that I learned a lot from, that still does this, that is successful at business, successful at customer relations, and is highly, highly skilled. I don't know how old he is, 55? He's in his 50s. Ask around. Probably find him in a smaller town. They've been run out of the large cities. Small renovation company, like a finished basement company. It would be perfect to learn all of the trades. A small home builder, they'll staff guys from framing all the way to trim. They'll always sub out the drywall. Learning how to patch walls is a high value skill. It's been a long time since I even thought about those guys. But I learned from Mexicans. And that's who does the drywall around here. Plumbing and electrical. The only real way to learn electrical so that you are very confident in it is to go be an electrician. I know that sounds like a pretty good commitment, and it is. It is. There's education involved. I went to college. It was at a regular college, but they were trade certificates. You go, you take classes, you test out of them, fast tracks you through the apprenticeship program. Plumbing, residential plumbing is pretty easy. It's pretty easy, and plumbers hate it that it's easy, especially now that we're not using copper anymore. It's too expensive to use copper. Most home builders don't use it at all anymore. I haven't seen it in many years. So that sweating of copper, which in itself really isn't that difficult. It is intimidating. It looks difficult. Shark bites. We've just got crimp connections. We can cut things real easy. But it is the easiest way to get fully immersed into home improvement. Have a lot of scenarios and situations to learn from, because no house is the same. Okay, so a lot of the houses are the same, especially if you go out to suburbia. Those houses are so easy to work on. If you watch my main YouTube channel, you know that I don't typically work on newer homes. The money is going to be in the old homes. Upkeep. They need to be repaired. Say you don't want to go work for anybody. Nah, I don't want to go work for anybody. I'm very handy. I work on my house. I know how to change a faucet, light fixtures. I know how to use my crimping tool to install PEX. You finished your own basement. You put an addition on. You've helped your buddies do all their basement. That's a really good start, especially for new home construction. It's these older ones that you see in my videos that take just experience. It takes time to learn these old systems. I don't want to make them out to be way more complicated than they are. If you are of average to above average intelligence, I think you can do it. It's basically just a puzzle. And there's puzzle pieces. And some puzzle pieces are broken. You take them out, you put the new ones in, you got to make them fit back together. Sometimes you have to build your own puzzle pieces. It really isn't that hard. Start small. Don't quit your day job yet. Try to do it on the side. I did this before college, during college. After college, I was a full-time superintendent. I took a break of side jobs for about 2 years. But then I started seeing that market change. I was like, man, you better get yourself a side gig, a side hustle. So I started picking up remodel jobs on the side. I had unlimited amounts of customers because I was building spec homes. And we were selling them at like the already completed. And they didn't like the spec. And they wanted everything changed. They didn't like their countertops. They didn't like their tile. They didn't like their bathroom. So I had a lot of customers to do side work for. That's how I started. And when the market completely crashed, which it will again, I had already started that network of loyal customers. Let's talk about that live stream. I did get the job. It's 100% locked in now. I didn't think they had other people coming to bid the job, but they did. And I still got it. The strength of the referral and my price point. Remember how I said in the live stream it was going to be $3,500? Well, I bumped it down to $2,900. I figured I've got 5 easy days. I could, stretch it out to 5 days. I probably have 4 days. Even if I go to 6 days. If I make $2,500 in 1 week, that's not bad. Hey Google, what's 2,500 times 52?
The answer is 130,000.
That's $130,000. And like I said, I brought that price point down because of how precious that line of referrals is. That's one of the biggest branches on my business tree. And there's different branches that different people know each other, and does that make sense? So anyways, I do whatever I can to nurture that branch of referrals and make sure that it keeps growing and word keeps going back down and back up because they all know each other. They're all friends and family. There are certain degrees of separations. Like the first one probably doesn't know the last one, but that name travels back and forth, and I like that. It really is the security that I need to stay in business. Because I know when times are tight, I've got these loyal customers. They're going to call me. There's more I could talk about that live stream, but once we start doing that work, it's scheduled tentatively for the first week of January. Once I start doing that work, it'll be on the other channel, and I will talk more about those customer interactions, the bid, the conversation I had yesterday with them, the more real life experiences that I can share with the young guys that don't have that many to work off of. I think it's valuable for all the viewers. I've got some other videos coming out. Most of these videos are aimed for people that are just getting into this business, that are new to it, leaving another career because it is replaceable. Like, you know that hashtag learn to code? Learn to handy. Learn to be a handyman. That's going to be the phrase in 2025. Because all these people that are coding, they're going to be replaced by computers that are doing the coding. So much of the computer programming industry has been outsourced to foreign countries like India. Entire divisions of major corporations are now all outsourced to other countries. You can't outsource a handyman, a home improvement specialist that has his insurance, that is registered, that pays his taxes, that can pass the background checks. I got a feeling that one there, being able to pass that background check, a criminal background check, that's going to pull some heavy weight in the future. These young kids that are coming up, they want that security. They are very afraid of everything, and they are going to want a very trustworthy person that without a doubt they are not dangerous. They don't look dangerous. They don't talk dangerous. Come on into my house. This is my wife. This is my daughter. I'll show you where the problem is. It's back this way. So keep yourself out of trouble. Try to get that felony expunged off your record.
I need to get myself one of these bad boys.